It's time for Biodegradable.
You better dig it, you have. Better dig it, you have. Well, I love you, pretty baby, when you rock and roll. Woo! Well, I love you, pretty baby, when you rock and roll. You better dig it, pretty baby, satisfy my soul. Better dig it, you have. Don't you be no square. Better dig it, you have. Don't you be no square. You better dig it, you have.
I better tell you so. That old swamp will swallow you whole, swallow you whole. See, they got alligator chicken feet, and baby, don't you know they got that boo-boo-doo? You better watch out right now, let it on mom on out of water gets around you. But on a Saturday night, they holler now. You ought to see the way they hollering out loud. But I guess if you don't know, I guess I better tell you so. That old swamp will swallow you whole, swallow you baby, well, you don't know where they've been there before. There's just one thing right now, baby, don't you know it well? We don't even get to see them no more. But on a Saturday night, it's going down. You ought to see the way they're hollering out loud. But I guess if you don't know, I guess I better tell you so. That old swamp will swallow you whole, swallow you whole. Swallow you whole, swallow you whole. gets a little bit warmer. Try to beat the storm and drink till the sun goes down. I've been a little bit stuck in the mud and the muck, wheel spinning on a one-way track. I need a long haul drive in the southern sunshine, rip off the rear view and never look back. And I don't know why I get lost in the trouble sometimes, and it's hard to say goodbye and move it on down the line. I get lost in the trouble sometimes. But there's a couple little darlings sitting at the bar, and I can't remember what I should say. So I have another beer, watch a young dude stare at the skin thrown all over this place. Well, I better get a shine, I'm high, but I'm not good at looking like I just don't care. With a mouth full of dust, I stumble and cuss, but hell, you gotta start somewhere. And I don't know why I get lost in the trouble sometimes, and it's hard to say goodbye and move it on down the line. I get lost in the trouble sometimes. The memories fade away with every passing sign. The word she says escapes me as I think of mine, of mine. Highway 59 to the end of the line, Alabama and the Gulf of Mexico. Well, I stumble from the car, spill the beer from my jar. How I got here, I just don't know. Well, everything don't last, like a drunk with a past. Take what's left to the edge of the shore, throw it in the ocean with love and devotion, and scream to the heavens no more. And I don't know why I get lost in the trouble sometimes, and it's hard to say goodbye and move it on down the line. I get lost in the trouble sometimes, yeah.
Out of Sight, Out of Mind. That was the last Blackouts. Actually, I had a totally different plan I was going to do with this show, and that's what I was actually saying in a post earlier. It's like, you know, I had different plans for all these shows that I have, and they've all kind of become one and the same show. They're just different names, you know. So my multiple personalities are actually the same personality. I just changed names. But anyway. That was Out of Sight, Out of Mind by the Last Blackouts, and I've been doing a show, Swamp Geauxing, since 2014, January 2014, and I was on a little radio station, internet radio thing called Wild American Radio out in California. When I first signed up doing this thing, and what didn't I sign up? Just started doing it one day. But anyway, I ended up meeting up with Wild American Radio and started doing Swamp Geauxing out of California. And so I was just talking with the one lady that runs the show, Miss Sherry Lynn, and she was very much involved in the Americana roots music scene at that time, and she was talking about trying to get together like a compilation record sort of thing with a bunch of artists and things, and I was like, that's a great idea, but you know, Swamp Geauxing's not really a whole lot of that stuff, you know, and I forget what they made me something. I had some title or something. I was like, I don't know if I was like program director or something like that, but I was like, I mean, the Swamp Geauxing does a lot more rock and roll stuff, you know, but if, you know, if y'all want to like get together the country side of things, and then, you know, I'll bring in like the rock edge of it, you know, even though I do play some country and stuff on my show, and some, you know, Americana roots music, a lot of that, but I'll bring, you know, some more of the heavier stuff, and so we came agreement on that, and I started getting my groups together, you know, and they were getting their groups together, and then something happened that the whole thing just kind of folded. The whole Wild American idea wasn't as wild as they thought it was going to be or something, but so I was kind of like looking for somewhere to go. It's a little like homeless time, so I ended up meeting up with a Real Punk Radio out of New York City, and I ended up going over there with them, and you know, signed up with them as a podcaster. You know, like most of their DJs are live, and I was doing just their pre-recorded stuff. So it was about episode 20, I guess, maybe is when I switched over to Real Punk Radio. But I was like, man, I have this compilation that I was working on. You know, it's like it'd be cool if I see you guys have like, you know, compilation records that your DJs put out, and it's like, yeah, you know, it's like we kind of reserve that for like a live DJs and stuff, you know. It's like, so I was like, but I have it done, I have it finished, you know. It's like, and I mastered it myself, and it's ready to go, and these are all like these are all like bands that they're all friends of mine, you know. I have each one's like, you know, approval to put their songs out on a compilation and be free, you know, promotion, and it's like, you know, kind of a bold move myself. It's like I've only done a couple of podcasts, and here I am, like, here's the best of my podcast. but it's my friends, man, and like, and it's great music, awesome music. So this is what this last bit was. Is it's called The Best of Swamp Geauxing. It's what the weird kids listen to, and it's still available if you'd like to get a copy over to realpunkradio.com. You can download it. It's free, man. I think there's about 17 tracks on it. So, but I ran across it when I was loading up some stuff in the studio, and I was like, oh man, I hadn't heard this in quite a while, and it seems like a cool thing to do since you know, it's kind of wrapping up my time in Louisiana, and this is a really big part of it. You know, I started this Swamp Geauxing and stuff here in Louisiana, and I mean, hence the name Swamp Geauxing, but which I'm not changing. I'm still going to go with that, but you know, it's a big part of it. So I figured I'd just showcase a little bit of that. So before the Out of Sight, the other thing I wanted to add to that, Out of Sight, Out of Mind, Last Blackouts. The Last Blackouts actually features Jake Hopping, who I was in a band with, and when I moved to Tennessee in college in Murfreesboro, Tennessee at MTSU, and he became the first bass player of Porter Hall, Tennessee. Me and my ex's band that we had together, and so he played upright bass, and we played like more like, you know, mountain music and stuff back then, and later on, I hooked up with Jake when I was touring I was playing lead guitar and singing harmonies for J.P. Harrison Tough Choices. I was doing some road dog work, trying to make that mortgage money and shit. And so on the second run that I did with JP, they had a different bass player, and it turns out it was Jake Hopping. I was like, oh man, dude, I know Jake for, I haven't seen him in a long time. How you doing, man? So we ended up talking and stuff, and it's like, he talking about garage punk stuff, and I was like, yeah, man, I was like, I used to be in the M80s and shit, like back in Norfolk, back in like early 90s, like 91, 92, like that time period. And he was like, man, like, dude, you realize, like, I'm in a garage band, like a punk band, and our band's called The Last Blackouts. And I was like, no shit, which is named after an M80 song. So it's kind of weird how all that comes together. But anyway, that's how that's The Last Blackouts. And then before that one, we played Lost in the Trouble, and that's Ned Van Gogh from Nashville, Tennessee. And Ned Van Gogh, I spent a little time out in the trenches, man, out in his hot ass van, man. We should take that thing out to Dallas and Texas and wherever it's hot. It seems like that's where we took that van. And but man, it was a great time. I loved it, man. I played bass with him for a while, and that album came out 2014, Lost in the Trouble. I swear to God that he wrote that title track about me coming to Louisiana, because it's basically what it is, And then before that one was Silvertooth Loose and the Witch, and I think I ran across them from the internet or something, or heard something on YouTube maybe, or I don't know, but I contacted them, and I ended up talking with the Witch. I think her name's Michelle. I'm not positive, but the guitar player is the Witch, and she sent me a CD, and I asked if the title track is That Old Swamp, and it's like, my share of the Swamp Jacuzzi. Like, I really kind of at the time I was like, this is like the theme song of the show, So I asked if I could use that song, and they were like, yeah, sure, So that's how that got there. And then before that, we kicked it off with You Better Dig It Baby by the Swinging Neckbreakers, and I already made the poster that said Dig It Baby and all that stuff, so I figured I got the song ready and all that stuff, so that's why I went ahead and started with Dig It Baby. The Swinging Neckbreakers aren't on my compilation, not that they're not good enough, but they're just not. So that's where we are. So let's play some more, play a little bit more of this music. I don't know if I'm going to play the whole thing, but I'm going to play some of it. Just check it out. And you kind of get a taste of where my head is, as far as like my music thing and my shows and stuff. And like I said, this is the beginning when I was starting out. So it's like since the beginning I've been doing like this sporadic and off the wall. So let's go out to Virginia Beach and check out the Great Dismal Swamis with I Want to Get Ripped.
Words
Well, just another night doing wrong without you. Just another night singing songs about you. Burning up my heels, lighting up a song, going far on a little, just a little too long. Well, the sun's coming up and my eyes are peeled on the stretch of road straighter than I keep the wheel. My heart made a U-turn a few years back, but my head said, oh, I turn, you never look back. Drove 100,000 miles, never looked under a hood. When I finally did, I found a rabbit's foot, two crossed fingers and an old horseshoe, and a book full of songs about me said you. Well, just another night doing wrong without you. Just another night singing songs about you. Burning up my heels, lighting up a song, going far on a little, just a little too long. Past a cliche lizard on the side of the road. Now I'm feeling like a lizard when my blood runs cold at the thought of sleeping all alone tonight. For 9 days, 6 lanes, and 11 state lines. Having too much fun, too much booze, and only drink hard liquor if you're paying or losing. But I'm losing my mind nearly every single day, cause we're making good time and we're getting no pay. Well, just another night doing wrong without you. Just another night singing songs about you. Burning up my heels, lighting up a song, going far on a little, just a little too long. But the techie don't care when yawning like a pup at the rising sun, at the edge of the cliff with the hitcher's thumb. Stars in my eyes even when they don't shine, in a heart that's harder than a bristling cold pine. Well, just another night doing wrong without you. Just another night singing songs about you. Burning up my heels, lighting up a song, going far on a little, just a little too long. Well, just another night doing wrong without you. Just another night singing songs about you. Burning up my heels, lighting up my song, going far on a little, just a little too long. So going far on a little, just a little too long.
Once again, no dinner on the plate. Not sure what I'm supposed to do. I guess I'll go out again and eat without you. And you call me up again since you're going out with your friends. Not sure what I'm gonna do. I guess I'll go out and get drunk without you. And I see before all this out goes down. You've been playing around. Been playing around. So I stagger back on home. Once again I'm all alone. As I head on off the bed, there's crazy thoughts running in my head. Not sure what I'm supposed to do. Guess I'll go to bed without you. It's clear and I'm starting to see that you ain't gonna come home to me. And I see it before this out goes down. You've been playing around. Been playing around. Quarter to 3, text says go to bed without me. I don't know what you're planning to do, but you'll come home, I'm through with you. Then you're out running around, been seen all over town. All my friends keep asking me why you're hanging all over some other guy. And I've seen before this house goes down. You've been playing around. Been playing around. Been playing around. Been playing around.
want it hot, wet, wild, and swampy? Come join me, Dirty, in the Swamp Jacuzzi on Real Punk Radio every Friday, 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern, 5 to 6 Swamp Time. For the Louisiana Hell Ride Happy Hour featuring garage punk, hillbilly, skiffle, Cajun, roots, surf, psychedelic, rock and roll, and anything that's wild. On realpunkradio.com. Radio done right. Turn it up. Check us out at swampjacuzzi.com. We're what the weird kids listen to.
This is DJ Biggie Boutte, and I approve this message. Go wild.
Well, a giggle and a wiggle and a jiggle around the middle and her cowgirl boots in the air. I like a pearl snap shirt on a gal that puts her the peroxide blonde in her hair. Little bitty tickle on a gal that ain't fickle, that might get you somewhere. A giggle and a wiggle and a jiggle around the middle, boy, she don't care if you stare. Well, the first time that I saw that girl, she liked to knock me flat. One little look was all that it took. She put the dent in my cowboy hat. Gonna cling to her like a kudzu vine, loving that gal like a drunk loves wine. Gonna tell the world that she's mine, all mine. I gotta give me some of that. Yes, a giggle and a wiggle and a jiggle around the middle and her cowgirl boots in the air. I like a pearl snap shirt on a gal that puts her the peroxide blonde in her hair. A little bitty tickle on a gal that ain't fickle, that might get you somewhere. A giggle and a wiggle and a jiggle around the middle, boy, she don't care if you stare. A bit of that and a whole lot of what I need. She got just enough, all the right stuff, put right where it's supposed to be. What she got, boys, it's red hot. What she ain't got ain't a lot. Get that girl going and she's hard to stop. Lord, what she does to me. Well, a giggle and a wiggle and a jiggle around the middle and her cowgirl boots in the air. I like a pearl snap shirt on a gal that puts her the peroxide blonde in her hair. A little bitty tickle on a gal that ain't fickle, that might get you somewhere. Giggle and a wiggle and a jiggle around the middle and a giggle and a wiggle and a jiggle around the middle and a giggle and a wiggle and a jiggle around the middle. She don't care if you stare.
All right, we're listening to the Best of Swamp Jacuzzi, my main radio show over Real Punk Radio. And it's a compilation from the Best of Swamp Jacuzzi from 2014. That was a Giggle and a Wiggle by Andy Vaughn and Driveline. I met Andy Vaughn and Driveline back when I played with JP Harrison Tough Choices. I was playing lead guitar in a honky tonk band, and we met in Richmond. That's where they're from, and when I started putting this thing together, I thought about Andy Vaughn and Driveline, and I got the CD, and it's like, man, I love this song, this Giggle and a Wiggle, and it turns out that it actually wasn't an Andy Vaughn song. It was the guy that was Jerry Renshaw that was playing lead guitar with him at the time, and I was like, man, I really like that song though. It was like I was just like, I can't stop listening to it. Like, if you don't mind, like I really like to do that song. So that's why I got Giggle and a Wiggle on there. And then before that one, we heard the Bottle Babies with Playing Around, and they're for Norfolk, Virginia punk bands. And I know Eric from the Bottle Babies. He's in a bunch of different punk bands around Norfolk, and he was actually the guitar player, my replacement with the M80s. After I left, he became a guitar player, and so he sent me a bunch of his other bands and stuff since I started doing the Swamp Jacuzzi. And actually, man, the Norfolk music scene in general has just been like overwhelmingly awesome. Yeah, I have another Norfolk band that I just got stuff from, and they're really generous about like, hey man, check this out. You know, it's like I have a whole bunch of 45s. I've got enough Black Lung records, and it's all mainly Norfolk bands, and they've just been awesome people. And so then before that was Joseph Huber, Going Far on just a little too long, and that's a release from Muddy Roots Records. And Muddy Roots was my showcase for my third podcast I did. I did a showcase and telephone interview with Jason Gloss of Muddy Roots, and so I asked him about doing if he would contribute a song for my compilation, and I really wanted the Sonics because they had that Sonics single come out on Muddy Roots record for Record Store Day, but he wouldn't give me the Sonics. But I was like, okay, well, how about Joseph Hubert? Because I like that too. So Joseph Hubert. So let's play some more. I'm digging it, man. A little reminiscent thing, man. Let's do the Hell City Kings, and that's Chris from he was in the band. No, he wasn't in the Dolly Rockers. He was in the other band that played with Something Rabbits. They were like a punk Irish band. But anyway, Hell City Kings. They're from Houston, and this one's called "Surfing on the A."
Still going strong on a one-day win. I'm gonna fight in the young cat. she wasn't all that good, and then she asked me for a quarter, a couple of beers, and an hour later she said I need to earn some for the money. It wasn't hard to guess what she wanted money for, and I said, baby, let's just go get you a 20. You know they got some good folks down in them Iberville projects. The 3 for $40 set me up just right. A bottle of Mad Dog, some matches and an empty beer can, and we headed down to the river for the night. We're down on the levee with my baby and a bottle of cheap red wine. Out on the river, the city lights are dancing. Well, as the paddle wheel rolls by, we're down on the levee tonight. All right. Yeah, we smoked and drank and we went to get some more. The hour was late and the streets were quiet. Yeah, we met up with Johnny Homeboy. He said he was holding, so we followed him down the darkened courtyard alley. Well, I handed him the money and he handed me his steel. I didn't have time to know what hit me. When I woke up, well, I was bleeding from the gut, and then I saw her lifeless body there beside me. Well, it was just a couple blocks down to the river, so I carried her as best I could upon my back. She wouldn't sink, she just kind of floated like an angel in an endless sky of black. Down on the levee with my baby, well, I hope that she won't mind. Out on the river, a freighter passes by, and its wave rolls her body in the moonlight. Down on the levee tonight. Down on the levee with my baby, with a bottle of cheap red wine. Out on the river, the city lights are dancing. Well, as the paddle wheel rolls by, down on the levee tonight. Down on the levee tonight. All right.
All right, that was my buddy Jimmy Swope. I've known Jimmy Swope for a long, long time, man. Since I was probably, I don't know, 16, something like that. And me and Jimmy played a little bands together, you know, and all that kind of stuff. And we've done a lot of stuff, man. Some stuff I'm proud of, some stuff not too proud of. But you know, that's best friends right there. But that song I thought was kind of fitting, you know, because he just put out his solo record, first solo record there in 2014, and now Jimmy he was a very big part of underground punk scene from like the early '80s. He had a band called The Left, and Last Train to Hagerstown, and Fuck It, and all that stuff. Man, it's like it's an awesome group. And and then he also played Black Market Baby and like a lot of the DC stuff. And but then he put out this Americana record, which I thought was really awesome. And the cool thing was that it was I just moved down to Louisiana, and this song is Down on the Levee. It's about New Orleans and coming down here and getting a crack whore and killing her and throwing her in the river. So that's what that's about. And so then before that one, we heard Moron Magnet by the Hot LZs, and that's a cool song. Too, when I was putting this stuff I remember the Wild American. I remember sharing this, like, oh hell, I do like the Moron Magnet song. So it kind of turned them on to the punk thing, through that, I think. And you've been listening to Bayou Degradable, and I'm your host, DJ Biggie Boutte, and I think that's about all the time I'm going to have for this go round. Because I got more songs, and I'm going to come right back and play them, but Spreaker's going to cut me off. It only lets me go 45 minutes. So, I got about 5 or 6 more songs of this, and they're good songs. I want to go ahead and finish it out. So I'm going to come right back. I don't have I've been doing this, I just started to do this thing with the Selfie Girls and Swamps is my new series of posters that's going to be coming with these shows. And I don't have another one made, so I'm going to have to put out something else for this episode. Sorry about that. I'd rather go ahead and do the show though, instead of waiting for the picture. So stick around. I'm gonna come right back and keep on doing more of the best of Swamp Jacuzzi. It's what the Weird Kids listened to from 2014. And if you want to get a copy of it, like I said, go on over to realpunkradio.com, and there's a little section there for compilations. They're free. They're free. Just go over there and get you some. Share it with a friend, press them. All right, it's Biggie Boutte. That's about all I got, man. I still got like 40 seconds. I'm just like talking, but I really don't have much to say, man. So I guess the sooner I get off here, the sooner I get back. So stick around. I'll see you in a few. Deuces.